Hey, it's Monday, which means we welcome in studio once again Dr. Drew Markham. It's The Chew with Dr. Drew. How are you? It's good to see you.
I'm great. Thanks.
It's good to see you this morning. So I had a pretty interesting appointment at your place on Friday.
Yeah.
It was, and I'm not sure whether you've heard or not, because we did cross each other's paths in the hallway. But my appointment on Friday was, I guess, is what you call like a cleaning.
There's many different names, but that would be the most common one, yes.
Okay, so so I went in there. As we know, we've discussed, I'm a coffee drinker. I enjoy my coffee. I don't enjoy to floss, which obviously became a bit of an issue on Friday. So let's talk about that.
Sure.
Okay, so first off, somebody gave me an analogy that changing the oil in your car is kind of like keeping the whole car running optimally. We all know that. That's why oil changes are very, very important. But somebody gave me an analogy that taking care of your mouth is the same thing as changing the oil in your car. Taking care of your mouth will kind of make sure that your body runs optimally. Is that right or is that wrong?
Yeah, and the information that's becoming available is changing all the time. And, you know, if you wait for your car to break down, you can assume that it's going to be more expensive, more costly, more time-consuming to get things fixed. And the same goes for your mouth. And you don't want to wait for pain to start before you get things taken care of. So it's this idea that you're, on an ongoing basis, addressing these issues. And often they're painless, which is also what makes things challenging. So, the same way that, this is a sort of dramatic example, but you can have cancer going through your body and not have any pain. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of dental issues that are painless until it's sort of too late to deal with them in an easy way. So that's why, coming in to see the hygienist, every 3 to 4 months to remove the stuff that you can't get at, on top of the home care, which includes your flossing. Some people do water picks, all kinds of other little adjunct things that can be helpful. Will keep you and your mouth running smoothly, which in turn will keep your body running smoothly.
It's funny that you bring up the flossing, because I was very, very honest with her before we sat down. I think she may be somewhat disappointed with me afterwards, but so I had the bleeding. I have the bleeding gums.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
Well,
like when she's cleaning my mouth and I've got the bloody gums, that's bad?
Let me ask you this. If you were just sort of spending time doing something during your day and you rubbed something along your eye, or you rubbed your finger and your eyes or your fingers started bleeding, but just a little bit, would that concern you? And obviously lots of people have bleeding gum issues, and so it's very common, but it doesn't make it normal. And the thing with flossing especially is that it's finding that time in your day. It's changing your routine. We're creatures of habit, so we do the same thing every day. So to all of a sudden put flossing in there, it's like, oh, I'll do it tonight. And then you get to tonight, I want to go to bed. So, when I got out of dental school, I wasn't flossing really well either. And it was like, okay, well, what am I going to do? And for me, I'm in the shower every morning. I floss in the shower. I know that sounds weird, but that for me has been what's worked. And so I am consistent when I do that. I always wanted to walk the walk.
See, the thing is for me, my parents are British, so they grew up in post-World War II England, so dental hygiene, it wasn't all that common.
Right.
Not toothbrushes, no toothpaste, that sort of thing. But they raised me to brush your teeth just once a day. I mean, that was the generation. It's like, brush your teeth once a day. Flossing was a part of it. My kids, I make them floss and brush all the time. It's just my generation. I guess I'm just only coming to terms with the fact that flossing is really, really important.
It is, and I mean, there are places in your mouth that a brush just can't get, and so when you're flossing in between your teeth, you're mechanically removing that bacteria, and when that bacteria sits there, it can get into your bloodstream, and that's where these effects on your cardiovascular system and diabetes and low birth weight babies are being identified as, common links with periodontal disease.
The hygienist who performed her thing on me on Friday kind of tried to scare me straight with some pictures. She's like, this is a healthy tooth. It sort of reminded me of like the smoking, and this is a healthy lung. This is your tooth right here, and you're dangerously close to this one over here. Nobody wants to be this tooth over here that she's showing me. I'm almost there, I guess.
Yeah, well, and that's where having the visual, as you mentioned, really kind of drives it home. When you just hear it from something, but again, it's not painful, it's harder to believe. And that's, we have screens in every room, and we take a lot of pictures so that you can be involved in the process of what's actually going on.
So let's very quickly talk about them. What is it that she did with all of the stuff that I got built on? It's some laser or something?
That's one of the methods that we'll use.
Ultrasound or something like that?
We have ultrasonics, which vibrate at a very high frequency to, again, mechanically remove the bacteria and their debris that's being left behind in the pockets. But the laser is something that's we've started using over the last few years and seeing tremendous results in terms of lack of bleeding, because it actually gets at the bacteria within your tissue. It zaps them right out of the way. It's at a very low level. We don't even need freezing, but it's a very effective means to sort of get those tough-to-reach bacteria even for us.
So advice of the day for anyone listening, if nothing else, start flossing today regularly. Just do it.
It sounds so simple, but yes, that's exactly what we're saying.
The website is drdrew.ca, and they're going to try to fix my smile and get me flossing and get rid of the harmful bacteria. Is that what it is?
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming in this morning, and we'll see you this Friday.
It'll be great.
I'm going to be flossing like nobody's business for like the next 5 days, and then I'm going to have the bleeding gums and say you're flossing too much.
Well, you know what? Once you get through a few days, you'll be surprised.
Is it possible to floss too much?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean,
okay. All right.
if you have an OCD tendency, you can do some damage.
Okay. All right. The website again, drdrew.ca. Thanks for doing what you're doing, and we'll see you on Friday.
Sounds great.